All right, folks, in this episode, we're going to talk about why governments are choosing Ripple and XRP. And it's not just us in the crazy XRP community that's starting to recognize this. It's not just us over here in the XRP community that are starting to get bullish on XRP. Now, we still are under attack. And if you want proof of that manipulation, I'm going to show you guys the gold and the silver charts. Massive shorts coming in and trying to suppress gold below 2,500. And silver, they're trying to keep it below 31, and they definitely don't want it to hit that $32 price target that we've been stretching out towards. And so for gold, it's been a run up to all-time high yesterday. We see silver also following along, but the manipulation comes in today, bringing that price back down. For Bitcoin, it's the same thing. I'm going to show you guys the charts here to get started. But before I do, I want to mention that all of our community resources are available at zachrector.com. And for those of you guys that are trying to take part of the buy an ounce of silver day, there's a whole movement in the silver community taking place here today to buy 1 ounce of silver. And so if you guys are looking to do so, I have some resources at zachrector.com. Just find the precious metals tab and you guys can get hooked up there. Without further ado, though, right into the update. Bitcoin back. The July 4th lows of 53,300. We've made quite an impressive climb back up here to 66,000. At the time of this recording, we've cooled off to 64.5 after a back test of 64,000. Something to watch here. I said I wanted to see us go above that 60 to 62 range and hold it before I'm ready to get bullish. We've done the breakthrough. Can we maintain it? Can we hold it? As I'm recording this update, XRP printing another green candle. Last night, after I got off the live show, we saw XRP climb up to 63.5. That was in the early hours of this morning. And so we're watching XRP, gold, and silver having quite the rally. Well, we have massive distractions, massive chaos taking place on the world stage. Finally, today, Democrat Representative Adam Schiff comes out and calls for Biden to drop out of the presidential race in a statement. Now, Biden did respond in an interview today saying that he would drop out of the race if a health condition came up. So, you know, we're at the moment here where we're watching this great show. We're watching all this unfold. We're thanking God we were millimeters away from a black swan event that would have absolutely crashed these markets. But as I've been saying, I don't think that we're in the clear between now and the election. Watch out, stay ready, stay liquid. And when the deals do come through, just like we saw last week with XRP on July 4th down to 38 cents. And then in the blink of an eye, back up to 63 cents. This is why we stay ready. This is why we stay liquid. Now, Kamala has agreed to participate against J.D. Vance, who is Trump's VP pick, in a CBS-hosted vice presidential debate. So the show continues. The show goes on. We're going to get to see them heads up, and we're going to continue to watch that situation with a focus on how it's going to impact our portfolios. Trump saying to Powell, hey, don't cut rates before this election occurs. And so he's putting the pressure on Fed Chair Jerome Powell by saying, hey, I'm thinking of keeping you in my administration. You will be allowed to finish out your term, but don't cut rates. Don't cut rates just quite yet. And so he's putting the pressure on the Fed, which the Fed has said that we maintain independence. It's a meeting by meeting basis focused on the economic data, but the markets and the mainstream media is begging Fed Chair Jerome Powell to cut in September, and saying that he has all the ammunition now that the data is starting to break in the wrong direction for unemployment, and it's starting to cool for inflation. Month over month, it's down 0.1%. And now the consensus is cuts in September. Trump coming out and saying not so quick, putting the pressure on him. Now, in regards to this market, we're already seeing the insider sell off of NVIDIA and the major tech stocks, which have gone way overvalued. And now we're starting to see the insiders jumping ship while it's still hot. Within the past week, CEO Jensen Huang, Mark Stevens, and Ajay Puri sold a combined 1.7 million shares worth $231 million. What's going on in NVIDIA? We've highlighted how Jeff Bezos just sold off another few hundred million, bringing his total, I think, to 10.5 billion in the last year. These guys are running for the hills. Just like Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, he's selling off Meta stock and building bunkers. I mean, they're not here to give you financial advice, but they're showing you what they're doing, right? What do they know what's coming? Now, what does Mr. Putin know about Bitcoin? Well, President Putin warns the cryptocurrency mining risk overloading Russia's electrical grid and could cause widespread power outages. So once again, hey, I respect Bitcoin. I want to cheer on Bitcoin too, because what's good for Bitcoin is good for the space. But the problem is that this just keeps on coming back up. One of many issues and concerns for Bitcoin. Now, there are some that say that Bitcoin's going to be able to help us, produce better, more efficient energy, track our energy, get use out of burn off, excess energy. In the meantime, though, we see the flip-flop back and forth between China. We see Mr. Putin making statements here today. And no matter what happens over there, what have we been saying over here in the XRP community? We already have a clear solution. And I'm going to talk about that more later in this episode on why governments are choosing Ripple and XRP. Now, I wanted to share this. If this video gets clipped out, if 60 seconds gets clipped out here, it's because I get hit with the copyright on this video. I'm going to try to play this ad because I think this is so massive for adoption into the Web3 cryptocurrency DLT space. Call it whatever you want. But this is what we're talking about in this ease of access, this seamless ability to tokenize value being brought by this Coinbase move. It's called coinbase.com/on-chain. Excuse me. And what they're trying to do here is make it easy for everybody to maintain their rights in the digital form, right? That's what this is about. I'm going to play this clip. They're showing the cat's name is Mickles, I think. So shout out to Mickle. I don't know if Coinbase knows about Mickle, but maybe they, naming this kitty cat after Mickle, kind of funny. But nonetheless, this whole video is showing how Coinbase is going to allow you to mint NFTs, your digital rights on chain, to verify what you own so that you can get paid out for it. Folks, check this out. This is a big deal.
When you posted Mr. Miggles' afternoon snack, he got lots of love. But then Miggles started popping up in other places. Mr. Miggles was going viral, and at first it was fun. But then it kept going. They were making Mr. Miggles say things Mr. Miggles wouldn't say, making Mr. Miggles lick things Mr. Miggles wouldn't lick, using Mr. Miggles to sell things that Mr. Miggles couldn't sell. And guess who reaped the rewards? Not Mr. Miggles. They used his content to boost their algorithms. Miggles drove the traffic, but Miggles missed the income. And the internet that should reward making things totally sidelines the creators who make it possible. But if Miggles had started out on chain, then he could control his content. And everyone could know that he is the real Mr. Miggles. And he could get paid directly. And isn't that what it should be? An internet by creators for creators that rewards the creators who create the creative creations we love.
Now, I'm not going to try to repeat that tongue twister at the end there about getting creators paid out, but that's what the internet of value is all about, right? And this is what's being created before us. And what we have to understand is that this is bigger than just buy token low, sell it high, right? That's what so many people think of at this space, right? It's just, I'm going to buy a token, I'm going to get rich quick, and that's all that crypto is. No, this is the ability for you to tokenize pictures of your cat, literally. We joke about the memes, but the memes are valuable. The memes are incredibly invaluable. And this is what brings mass adoption. And so I love to see Coinbase making this move. One of the good things that we're actually getting out of Coinbase right now. I've been critical of that exchange in the past, but I think broadly speaking, net positive for the space, I believe, is Coinbase, right? Nonetheless, I want you guys to be able to get access to products like this as well. So at my website, I have Coinbase listed as one of my exchanges that I've used, and I continue to use Coinbase, even though I'm still waiting for them to give me my Songbird tokens. And speaking of getting our Songbird tokens out of Coinbase, Mr. Fred Rispoli, our good friend and lawyer, actually sued Coinbase over this issue, and I appreciate Fred for doing so. But I wanted to highlight something here. Fred Rispoli is going to be taking the fight to the SEC tomorrow in the Ninth Circuit Court, and I wanted to highlight this one for you guys. Huge shout to Fred. He says it's the rematch. Hodl Law versus the SEC in the Ninth Circuit. Tell your friends, tell your family, and let's make everybody aware of this one. This is a big deal. The camera crew has just set up and is ready for the live feed. We're in Pasadena. That's going to be live tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast. That'd be 12:30 Eastern. And I'm going to do my best to, report on that one. That's going to be a major, major battle there. And what HODL Law is doing is essentially the same thing that Consensus is doing in the ETH Foundation, which is just suing the SEC for clarity on Ethereum. Tell us whether it's a security, yes or no. It's just that simple. And so originally this case was thrown out. Now Fred is taking it back on appeal. And so we wish Fred all of the success, and a huge shout for Fred to applying pressure to Coinbase too. We're still hoping that Coinbase makes that situation right. But in the meantime, we're fighting it on the legal battlefield. We're having players like Coinbase step up. And I've been talking about this recently, how we need the ease of access. We need folks to be able to tokenize it without even realizing that it's happening on a blockchain or what blockchain it's happening on. Just the ability to post a picture and instantly mint that that NFT and the rights to that NFT so that you can carry those rights going forward. This is what levels the playing field for everybody. Think of what the internet's done, and now taking this one step further with the decentralized currency, and that represented through digital rights as well. Absolutely massive. Now, to finish off this episode, I wanted to talk about this, why governments are choosing Ripple and XRP. This is an article that was actually put out here by LondonLovesBusiness.com, and it's titled, Why Governments Choose Ripple for CBDCs, a deep dive into the technology and trust behind the choice. But they go down further, leveraging its proven XRP ledger technology, Ripple is collaborating with multiple governments to create secure, efficient, and inclusive CBDCs. And as we've seen here now, they're stepping into the stablecoin arena as well. And this is why I titled the episode why governments are choosing Ripple and XRP, because it's the technology behind the XRP ledger that they are leveraging. Now, Ripple's global CBDC initiative, we talked about this in the past. Bhutan, Palau, Colombia, Montenegro, Hong Kong, and the Republic of Georgia are the ones that have gone public, but there are dozens of other conversations and trials and tests that are already underway as well. The technological edge of Ripple. Well, they talk about how the XRP ledger been solid for 80 million ledgers since its inception in 2012. Customizability and comprehensive solutions. They've programmed the CBDC ledger, right, for these central banks, where they have the ability, that hybrid capability to go private, but also have access to the public ledger. Energy efficiency, as we highlighted earlier, Mr. Putin recognizing that Russia's grid can't handle Bitcoin mining, other governments saying that Bitcoin mining is not going to work, and it's 60,000 times less energy than Bitcoin. It's not even close. Interoperability and integration, absolutely massive. And this is also the tokenization of real world assets. XRP Ledger getting set up to help governments back their CBDCs or national stablecoins by real world assets. They're laying the blueprint with RLUSD, the US dollar stablecoin that Ripple set to launch later this year. Financial inclusion. Yep, we've covered that in the past. Regulatory compliance and security. Absolutely. But then they summarize here. Ripple's role as a key technology partner will likely expand further and solidify its position as a leader in digital currency solutions. And this is what we've seen by Ripple's acquisition of Medico and now Standard Custody and Trust. The rollout of the stablecoin brings more people into the XRP ledger. And so they're bringing in central banks through their CBDC offering. They're bringing in US dollar stablecoin through their initiative there. But then they're also helping to bring about these utilities for the XRP ledger on the layer 1 protocol level, so everybody has access to these tools. So it's the top down and the bottom up approach. This is why governments are choosing the XRP ledger. This is why small businesses are choosing the XRP ledger. This is why crazy guys like myself are storing this on my balance sheet as a reserve currency, because I see the role here that this has in backing central bank digital currencies, stablecoins, real world assets, and an internet of value, as Coinbase is about to make it more easier than ever before to be able to tokenize and mint your own digital rights, right? And that's exactly what this is. They make a joke out of it with the picture of the cats, but this goes to quadrillion-dollar derivative markets, all the way to multi-trillion-dollar daily flows through cross-border payments, all coming on board DLT technology. Now, governments are choosing Ripple and XRP. Is all of the money coming to the XRP ledger? Well, I don't believe that all of the money is coming to the XRP ledger, but we will have interoperability and we will have a significant amount of value represented on the XRP ledger, which will equate in what we're all here for, which is a higher XRP price. So without, extending this video much further than it has to be, it's very simple what's happening right now, guys. Everything around us is burning down, crumbling. We are breaking out of that suppression. We're rising from the ashes right now with XRP breaking out, gold all-time high, silver also ripping, and the powers that be are doing everything that they can to stop us. And we see just what they're willing to do. They're willing to go pretty dang far, placing a bunch of shorts on silver. Well, that's just part of the story. Manipulating XRP and keeping it suppressed for the past 6 years, that's just part of the story. We're in this fight together. If you guys appreciate what we're doing, if you could like this video, share it out far and wide, and I got additional content coming for you guys on the way. In the meantime, I just did a live show last night. If you missed that one, make sure to check that out, and everything is available for you guys at zachrector.com. Appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.